Okay, we're going to continue on our discussion about finding vertical asymptotes for rational functions. In this video, we are going to determine how to figure out what the vertical asymptotes are for a given rational function. To start, let's let f of x be a rational function in simplest form. And what that means is that the numerator and the denominator will share no common factors. If we have a rational function that is in simplest form, then, and this is what will be most useful for us, then the vertical asymptotes of f will occur at the real zeros of the denominator. And recall that a rational function is a polynomial over a polynomial, and the denominator, we can find the zeros of the denominator, and provided those are not also zeros of our numerator, then we can conclude that the vertical asymptotes will occur at those zeros. So let's look at some examples. Example 1. Let's let f of x be equal to x plus 1 over x minus 2. This is a rational function in simplest form. We know this because the numerator and the denominator will share no common factors. Okay, so what we've discovered from above is that where the denominator is 0, and that occurs at x equals 2, this forms a vertical line, which is our vertical asymptote for f. Okay? It's as simple as that. Now, let's look at another example where we might have a little bit more work to do. So let's look at example 2. Let's let f of x be equal to x minus 5 over x squared minus x minus 20. Okay, before we can conclude that the numerator and the denominator share no common factors, we need to factor both top and bottom, if we can. The top is already factored, so the bottom can be written as x minus 5 times x plus 4. And as we see here, now that we've factored the denominator, the numerator and the denominator share the common factor of x minus 5. So we can reduce this rational function, provided that we don't alter the domain. And so we need to remember that our rational function will look like this, provided that x is not equal to 5. When x is equal to 5, we have a hole in our graph. We don't have an asymptote here, but we do have a hole. Okay, so now that we have this rational function in simplest form, we find where the denominator is 0, so we set it equal to 0 and we solve. And here we see that the denominator is 0 at x equals negative 4. So the vertical line x equals negative 4 is a vertical asymptote for my function f.